display from Japan display. But the unique feature of our phone is electronic paper display on the back side of the phone. It's 4.3-inch display, and the number of applications we developed for the users, which is from our perspective substantially changed the way users interact with the smartphone in a better, much simpler, much more intuitive way. And we are talking about a few scenarios. One is when you're running out of battery, so you can place your image on the back side by a simple gesture like this, and basically it will stay there even if the battery is completely dead. So it might be relevant for the map when you're looking for location, so you don't get lost. You have your map with you even the phone is completely off. Or it might be relevant for the boarding pass. Like you have 1% left, you're just in front of security control, you put your boarding pass on the back side and you're good to go. You will not have any issues, you will not lose time going back to the check-in desk and doing this type of things. Also, that might be relevant for anything which has a barcode. It may be theater tickets, coupons, so you put it in the back and you're safe to go to your theater, or you're safe to go and get a discount in the shop, this type of scenario. So, in addition to that, of course, there is a e-reading scenarios. You can read on the back side of the phone any kind of documents in a much longer and a much more comfortable way. Well, first of all, electronic paper display consumes substantially less power, so when you read the book on the back side of the phone, you can do it much longer. And it can be anything. It can be a website, it can be a certain document. So you avoid several charging kind of situation today. So you can scroll pages, and on top of this, you can make some notes. If you like a certain quote or a certain thought about the book, you can flip it over, make the note, and publish on the Facebook or Twitter, like sharing your feelings or ideas about this book or this specific thought. So this is quite unique experience for the users, even for the simple reading type of thing. So what else? Basically, with a conventional smartphone, the way we got notifications, from our perspective, not the way it should be. Basically, you've got the text message, which is pop up for a few seconds on a black display and disappear in a few seconds. So, for example, if I've got an important message which I need to react immediately, I might lose it or I can miss it, and I don't react on that. So later when I find out this message, it might be quite late and I am in trouble. So basically, with electronic paper display, you can pop up your messages, reminders, notifications on a whole display, and it will stay there until you act on this. And because it's always in front of you, most likely you will not miss it. In addition to that, the whole message can come in a more emotional, more human type of way. For example, what I'm talking, if you send a message to your girlfriend or wife and send her a kiss, I kiss you, so she might get the message in this way. Or if she respond back to you, I love you, you'll get a big heart in return. So we develop a certain dictionary and a software which convert certain messages into certain images, so the whole communication becomes more emotional. In addition to this, we realized that active users of a social network, they actually have a hard time with a conventional phone, because you constantly need to wake up the phone from the sleeping mode. You need to open application and wait until it's update your latest post or tweets. So then you switch it off because the battery, but then in 5-10 minutes you think maybe there is something else important for me in a social media, in emails, or in any other virtual information resource. Could be stock exchange, could be sports news, anything. So that's why most of the smartphone users distract themselves and distract the people around them by constantly switching off and going there. And once they go there, we lose them from the real world, from the normal socializing and normal communication. So with our phone, where the second screen is always on, we can place the Facebook page or Twitter page, and it will be always available for you. And this will be updated in real time. So basically, if you've got a new tweet, you can see it on the top. So you don't need to wake up the phone, you don't need to load the application. It's always there, it's always available for you. So you can continue talking with your family, or you can continue a business meeting. You don't need to interrupt every 5-10 minutes your normal communications with your friends or your business partners. And again, it can be anything, it can be stock exchange, could be sport news, anything you need. And what else? Actually, each of us would like to differentiate himself or herself from the crowd. That's why people buy protective cases, all kind of weird cases, because we're all different and we want to express ourselves the way we are. So with our display, you can put a wallpaper on the back side, and it can be anything again. It can be any of your favorite image or picture, or picture of your favorite pet. Let me put clocks, which will be a little more better match for this. And you become different, you become unique. And it can be a picture of your family, kids, and it can be not just static, it could be dynamic. For example, you can set up the dynamic wallpaper which reflect location where you are. Like if you're in London, it could be Big Ben, and if in Russia, it could be St. Basil Church. The image which reflects the location. Or if it's in Paris, it could be Eiffel Tower. It can be also based on the weather. It could be sunny, it could be snow, it could be rain. And based on the daytime, the sun could be. So you move it on the back side, and it's reflect. For example, if there is a cloudy, if there is a snow, or if you change location, you just arrive to another time. So it reflects your mode, where you are, what you do, what's the weather around you, etc., etc. And by the way, it could be not just weather and location, it could be status of your battery. So you can put the dynamic wallpaper, which change the character, which reflect the battery, can change his mode. He's happy when he's fully charged, he's unhappy when he's not charged. For example, he can say sauce if there is a few percentage of battery left. So this is YotaPhone, and we are happy that we come up with quite innovative and unique product. And we'll be happy to bring this product to any market. We will be ready to ship this product at the end of this year, basically to any market. We are only depends on the carriers and how fast we can close deals for certain countries. Thank you very much. I will be happy to answer your question if you have any.
What about reflectivity? So if I got a barcode, can I scan on one of these
Yes,
scanners?
you can. And it's actually much better because there is in a certain situations you need a 3D or 3-dimension code. So our code is actually much easier to scan by 2D. So, and if you look at the number of 2D, it's much better penetration. So you not get in a certain situation where you can't scan it. So you can scan it everywhere.
Can you show us how to interact with this display to turn pages or to?
You can swipe and change this. Like this. There is no Wi-Fi, that's why.
What would be the end user recommended price?
The price will be comparable to flagship model from Android smartphone, so it will not be more expensive than than any other flagship smartphone.
It's around 500.
It's about 450, 500, depending on the market.
What about the battery life?
Well, again, the battery life is, let's talk a little more about power consumption, because the battery is the battery. Electronic paper display, when you read, depending on how fast you refresh the page, can last 3, 4, 5 times longer than LCD display. So that's, you can do the math.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Is there an LTE version?
Yes, this is LTE phone.
LTE?
Yes, which has currently 3 bands, which cover most of European and Russia, and it's band 3, 7, and 20. But we can easily make a version for other countries, for US and a few other markets.
Okay, what kind of...
I guess because we use a Qualcomm chipset, it's relatively easy to bring any other bands.
What kind of SIM cards does it hold? Regular SIM or micro SIM? Or
Micro SIM.
Micro SIM.
It's got a memory card also.
No, it does have memory card, but it has 32 gigabyte memory.
Will it come out potentially with some kind of plan where you can get in Russia a smartphone plus the monthly internet subscription from Yota?
Not necessarily. It depends on the carrier, because we are independent private company which makes gadgets. We are not carrier. So we talk to MWC, Winfield.com, MTS, Yota, actually all, and some of the European carriers. And I think it would make sense for them to make a kind of bundle of the phone with a certain tariff plan. And in general, for the carrier, this second display is a unique platform to improve the way they interact with their subscribers, because it can bring a lot of content, it can bring a lot of interesting applications, and make actually to create additional value for consumers. So, for example, I give you an example about the battery guide. It could be your account status, or based on how you use or consume the data and voice, you can immediately propose a specific, more optimized plan, right? So, or you can do many things, and it's up to the carrier, not to us. We provide them the device as a platform, so they can customize the services they provide to their subscribers.